Welcome back. You know, exercise can be painful. We're not just talking about while you're working out in this heat. Those nagging pains afterward can derail even the most determined among us. But joining us now is Cody Butler from Heat Boot Camp with a way to help you keep moving. Cody, thank you for coming back and seeing us today.
Sure.
Talk to us a little bit about foam rolling. What is foam rolling?
Well, I get a lot of people asking me the question of, should I stretch before my workout, or should I stretch after my workout, or should I even stretch?
Right.
And foam rolling is the solution for a lot of athletes, whether you're a runner, a swimmer, lifting weights. It's a great solution to getting the muscles activated and warmed up. And foam rolling essentially is what I call the poor man's massage. It's a self-massage technique to get the muscles to warm up and to relax. So if you think about a rope, if you tie a knot in the middle of the rope and you pull from both ends, when we think of regular static stretching, you're just going to make that knot a lot tighter, right?
Right.
So foam rolling is applying pressure to those tender areas to get those muscles to relax so you can perform better.
Okay, so show us how it works.
Okay.
We've got a model here,
I've got
Lynn.
my fitness model, Miss Lynn. I'm going to show you. There are several different areas of the body that you can roll, from your calves to your glutes to your hamstrings to your IT. I'm going to go specifically to the calf, and Lynn is actually going to model this for us because foam rolling is something you can do on your own, or you can have someone roll you. So what Lynn is going to do is she's going to take the roller to the insertion, or right above the insertion of the muscle, and she's going to slowly roll down the calf about 1 inch per second.
Okay.
Now when Lynn finds a tender spot in her calf, as most people do, she's going to stay on top of that tender spot for about 20 to 30 seconds, or until the pain decreases.
Okay.
Finding any tender spots? Right there?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. We don't want to roll back and forth over that tender area. We want to just stay on top and apply pressure.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to do one, so if you'll come down for me, Lynn, and you're just going to turn directly onto your left side. Okay, I'm going to roll our IT band and come all the way down to your elbow. Just relax. So our IT band, we're going to roll straight up, kind of the pant line.
Okay.
I'm going to start here, and I'm going to give this to her because sometimes foam rolling can be a little painful. Okay.
Hang in there, Lynn.
All right. So we're going to take it up the IT, nice and slow, until we find that tender spot.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. Okay. So I'm going to stay right here on top of that IT.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can go all the way up. I'm not going to stay as long as I possibly could.
Thankfully.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
There you go.
So Cody, talk to us a little bit. When are we going to do this? Say before she goes on a run, when she gets done?
Great question. Most of the time, you want to do the foam rolling before you actually start your workout.
Okay.
So if you think of most of the movements that we're going to do, whether it's working out, lifting weights, cycling, running, you're doing a lot of contracting and elongating of the muscle.
Right.
So what this does, as I mentioned before, is going to apply pressure to those particular problem areas. Okay. So it's a great thing to do before the workout and also after. So you want to dedicate about 5 to 10 minutes to roll calves, IT, hamstrings, glutes. You can even go up to the rhomboids in the back.
So who does this work for? We were talking earlier about who should and should not be foam rolling.
Well, that's a great question. At the beginning, you saw Lynn was rolling herself. So for most people, you can do these movements on your own, just using your own body weight.
Right.
But if you are extremely overweight, or if you're an elderly individual, you might want to have someone do this for you because it could be quite difficult and painful. And if you're not knowledgeable on how to foam roll, it's good to have a professional show you the first few times through.
Okay, so you guys have kind of put a step-by-step on your blog, right, about how to do this?
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit more about that.
So if you go to heatbootcampblog.com, we've listed some different resources where you can find more information on how to foam roll and how to roll safely, and where you can even find foam rollers.
Anybody else who should not be doing this? We've got somebody in the studio whose name I won't mention, who has some artificial parts and complains often of you know, discomfort and joint pain after exercise.
Right. Again, you might want to be very careful and cautious if you've never foam rolled before. If you do have some artificial parts, obviously I'm not going to suggest rolling into those joint areas, because normally if you have hip replacement, knee replacement, you've got to be extremely cautious. But when you're foam rolling, you're not actually rolling into the joint area. That's a big no-no. You want to stay right there inside of the main muscle.
It's for the muscles.
Yes, it's for the muscles, not your joints.
All right, Cody, thank you so much for being here. Lynn, thank you for modeling for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.